Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel and welcome to another 13 days of Halloween video. In this tutorial, we are going to make a true crime tumbler, but we're gonna put a little bit of a Mal Swifty twist on it. I've gotten a lot of requests to do a true crime tumbler and I was thinking about what I wanted to do and I just thought, you know, the traditional kind of classic true crime designs that you see all over the place are just a bit overdone. Like, I didn't really think there was anything I could contribute to that conversation, I guess. So I decided to take the true crime theme and go in a little bit of a different direction. But with that being said, if you would like to see a more traditional kind of classic true crime tumbler from me, let me know down below in the comments and I would be happy to make one for you. I just wanted to do something a little bit different with this specific tutorial. I had a lot of fun conceptualizing this design and making the tumbler, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please let me know what you think of the video down below in the comments. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button down below if you enjoy the video, and be sure to subscribe to my channel if you are not already. Okay, I think that's it. I hope you guys enjoy the tutorial. Let's go! We're gonna go for a pastel type undertone on here, and then we'll go over it with a very simple cheat glitter so that the glitter will pick up all the colors underneath. So I'm going to use some light purple, light pink, light blue, and then we'll glitter over it and have a really pretty kind of like unicorn effect. So I base painted my tumbler using a bunch of different kind of pastel-y paints. I used a purple, a seafoam green, a light pink, a light blue. You can do whatever colors you want. You just want that kind of soft, varied base coat. So once my paint was dry, I took my Flynn Sisters Artist Cure Epoxy and I spread a very thin layer of that epoxy all over the entire surface of my cup, because of course we're using the epoxy method to apply our glitter. If you want to use another method, you absolutely can. I just chose the epoxy method for this specific design. For our cheat glitter, we are going to be using Pure from Peachy Olive Glitters. You can use any kind of iridescent white that you want. I use silk a lot of the time, but I wanted to use something that was a little chunkier, and Pure is just a mini chunky, so I think it'll look really pretty with all of these colors on it. So I'm just going to go through and cover the entire cup. I'm just rolling my cup in the glitter pile just to help it lay flat and make sure we've got full coverage. But there's our pretty base. Now you can see that it does really mute the colors down a lot, but you can still see that there's variation in color here, and that's exactly what we want. We want something very pastel, soft, and just like a good background for the decals we're going to apply later. So I'm going to let this sit and dry probably overnight, and then we will get into our next steps. Once that was dry, I did seal the glitter with a 50-50 mix of my Crystal glitter glue and water, let that dry for the full 2 hours, and then I added 2 coats of my Flynn Sisters Supply Shop fast curing epoxy. And while that second coat is curing, I'm going to get my image ready for my decal. So I bought this 20-ounce tumbler wrap on Etsy, and basically what it is just a bunch of different images, and we're going to use the print and cut feature to cut out each of these elements individually so that we can apply them to our tapered tumbler. So I brought my image into Silhouette Studio. I set up my print and cut on my Silhouette Studio, so I just set the size of my paper, turned on my reference marks or whatever, and then I just sized the image as big as I could get it, but still fitting within those print and cut lines. So once I have that, I'm going to print it out. I have a Canon printer, and for my settings, I always use the glossy photo paper, and then I put it on best quality. So I'm going to print that out and then cut out the images on my silhouette, and we can apply them to our cup. All right, so we've got our cup. I did sand down the surface of the tumbler just to make sure it was as smooth as possible before we add our decals. Now for the decals, we're going to use our little images here. So we did our print and cut. These are ready to just pick off and apply to the cup. Hopefully they won't give us any trouble. Let's see. I can read them.
We lost one decal, that's okay. So I'm going to apply each of these elements one by one because we're using a tapered tumbler. If we were using a straight tumbler, we could just take the wrap and wrap it around the cup. The file that I purchased is a like 20-ounce tumbler wrap, so it's proportioned the right way. So if you want to just use like a regular 20-ounce skinny or something, you can do that and then just wrap the whole thing around. You could use a water slide or whatever you want, but we're going to do this method on our 24-ounce. With printable vinyl, you don't want to use transfer tape, so just keep that in mind. You'll want to lift all of these by hand, or you can use your tweezers or whatever to pick them up. But you don't want to use transfer tape because you could lift up the ink. So I'm just going to place these. You can see I'm kind of changing the pattern. I'm just going with whatever I think works. And I'm going to fill up this space, and if we need to, we can always cut out a second sheet to make sure that the tumbler is completely filled. So I did end up having to cut out another sheet of my decals, but what I did with the second sheet, I decided I wanted one of these no body, no crime wording decals to be a little bit larger and make it kind of the like front of the cup, if that makes sense. So I ungrouped everything from my image, and then I just took that saying and sized it to be a little bit larger, and then I did the print and cut the same way that I did in the beginning. So I'm just going to again fill up as much space as possible, and once I've got all my decals on, I am going to seal them. Now I've never done this before, but I have a lot of issues with my printable vinyl lifting, so I wanted to seal it and see if that made any difference. So I took my glitter glue just straight, not mixed with water, right out of the bottle, and I just covered it. I put it all over my tumbler, let it dry for at least 2 hours, and now I'm going to go in with my final 2 coats of epoxy. Each of my final coats was about 20 milliliters, and I will say that sealing the vinyl with the glitter glue by itself, you don't want to use the water mixture because that could mess up your ink, but sealing the decals made a huge difference, so I will be doing that from now on. But once my final 2 coats of epoxy were all cured, we are all done. So here is our super simple Swiftie inspired true crime tumbler. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's a little bit different from the traditional true crime stuff, but I really love how it turned out, and I hope that you guys do too. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button down below. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos, and I really hope you guys are enjoying the 13 days of Halloween so far. I will see you again tomorrow for another tutorial. Okay, thanks so much for watching. See you soon. Love you. Bye.